I'm sitting here today with two fellas from the band Whistlejacket. I've got Roy and Adam. We are about to play their equestrian-themed music video, but in the meantime, let's talk about Whistlejacket, guys. How long's it been going for?
Well, probably about 2 years, to be honest.
Right.
This is our first song, but well, actually, we've all played music together for a long time.
Okay.
So we've known each other and played music for about 8 years, really, just jamming around.
Yeah.
We all kind of met through a jam night that used to happen called Sing Sing up in Auckland.
I remember old Sing Sing. Yeah, right. Choice.
That was good fun. So that was at Float and then down at Pony Club. So that was cool. So we all met there, and then yeah, we started going away doing some writing, and it's just it's been a little bit of a slow moving beast, but
right.
Yeah, it's all kind of come together.
And how do you guys write together? Exactly. What's the process?
Pretty much we go away for a weekend, hire out a batch around anywhere in the Northland and get inspired by the locations we're at. But we basically sit there, plug everything in, hit record and just jam. So no one really says, hey, I've got this new song. We just sit there, jam, and
cool.
Yeah, out comes music, which is really cool.
We drew inspiration. The first time we went away, we kind of didn't know what we were going to do, but we got there and the fridge at this place had those magnetic words.
Yes.
And someone had just put all these phrases together, and there was like, she don't like dynamite, we get this feeling. There's all these kind of little things, and we're like, that kind of looks like an album kind of title
yes,
thing. We were like,
totally.
well, let's just write songs based on what's on the fridge. And as a thought starter, so we're like, yeah, let's go with it.
That's genius. That's awesome. All right. Well, speaking of the latest song, tell me about "We Get This Feeling."
Yeah. So that one is. It's kind of, well, that was a good one in terms of how we write. That literally started, Paul, our drummer, started a drum beat, Roy started a bass beat, and then Andy and I came in with the other parts. And before we knew it, we kind of had this song, and then just, lyrically, I suppose it's about a bit of a quest for love.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of a long distance relationship type theme coming through.
Right, so a little bit pained, a little bit emotive.
Oh yeah, look, I think the lead protagonist comes through on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, it's not a domestic song.
Okay, cool.
We're under no illusions that it's. We call it kind of electro pop. You could scrap the electro and just call it pop.
Okay, cool.
It's good.
Sweet.
It's good fun.
And is that kind of the premise for you guys? Musically speaking, would you say pop? Would you say rock? Or what's the main genre it comes under?
Yeah, we're kind of electro pop, but yeah, I mean, over the last couple of years when we started writing and getting together and seeing what happens, we've had so much different stuff come out, especially because of all our backgrounds. But
right, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I guess the main theme there is some mainstream. It's easy to listen to, it's easy to dance to, and yeah.
I like the idea of what you've got in your latest music video, and it's been generating a lot of comments, obviously, online with the horse theme.
Yeah.
Explain about the horse theme.
Yeah, well, I suppose
Kind of almost matches the whole Whistlejacket jacket thing.
Yeah, and I'm glad
well.
you asked, because we didn't get these made for nothing.
I love the jackets.
Thanks for the interview, actually.
Yeah. So Whistlejacket was actually named after a horse. So there's a famous horse called Whistlejacket.
I didn't even know. Okay, right.
So that was and it was a famous painting by a guy named George Stubbs, who has long since passed away. God bless his soul. Right. But he did a nice painting of a horse, which was the Marquis of Kent or Nottinghamshire or something like that, his famous horse. So we've always had kind of horse themes coming through, and I ride horses and own horses, and they're great creatures.
How do the rest of the band feel about this? They're all on board with the horse thing as well?
Whatever he says goes, pretty much.
Right. Yeah, okay.
No, well, we're obviously, spending all this time together, we've, been out to his place a lot and with his wife, who features in the video too.
Yes.
So, we spend a lot of time around the horses, and yeah, it's just kind of natural, and we thought, hey, they're beautiful, and
cool.
we think our music and the horses would be great together.
Yeah, and it is really, we didn't really kind of foresee that the video would start getting shared around pages, globally, and suddenly, even just today, a Canadian site which has like 150,000 followers have been talking about it, and so it's become this I don't know, ready-made community that are, you know, just listening to our music. And
Totally.
I mean, so it's not striking chords with some people, you know, like
Yeah, right.
a couple of interesting comments, yeah, about our music and about the video.
Are people worried about animal safety at all? Any of those issues?
No, that doesn't come up. No,
Oh, wow,
not at
okay.
all.
I would have thought that would have been the first thing that you'd get,
No,
maybe
but-
some animal rights activists going, what are you doing to those horses?
I think
They're like,
it's more the animal rights activists wondering if those girls are too cold with that little clothes on top of a horse.
fair enough, fair cool.
Human rights, that would be actually. Yeah, I mean, hey, look, in this day and age, I think in terms of sexualising a music video, it's pretty tame.
I was going to say, it's pretty, compared to some of the other stuff out there, it's definitely tame.
Some of the comments are pretty much like, hey, at least they got tops on and not bikinis.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's, you know,
They're not exactly grinding or anything, so yeah, it's fine, pretty much. How was it making the video? Was it quite a difficult process, like actually being able to concentrate on doing what you're doing with birds on horses around you?
Yeah, well,
first couple of runs really were when they
Right.
came, there were the three of the horses coming down directly to us, and I think if they had to put that bit of footage in, you can see me going,
Like, oh no. Right.
but there is that nice shot when the horses are actually in slow mo, and I think Roy and I are in the background. Like you're like,
yeah, we've had some comments about that too.
yeah. So it was cool because, you know, that was what we wanted to communicate, that, you know, the horses were jumping. What we wanted was the horse to jump over Paul over his drum kit. But I think on the day we kind of thought, well, A, we'd probably want Paul to stay alive to be our drummer,
Yeah.
and B, you know, his drum kit's worth quite a bit as well.
Fair enough. So that's a
And
hard call
the
to
safety
make.
of the horses, obviously.
Yeah, and that, but mainly the drum kit's expensive.
Yeah. Totally. What was it like working with your wife as well? Was that kind of, did that put you off?
No, that was cool.
Were you just like, oh, yes,
she definitely helped out with you know, just the whole theme and making sure that, you know, the horses and the riders were all, you know, that, I mean, they were all well presented.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, I suppose she got me into horse riding, and it's led itself into quite a cool space for us as a band. You know, we can
Fully.
keep doing some horse themed videos, and, you know, keep in touch with the horse community.
Totally. It's something
with
new that I don't think has been done before. So
It's interesting. I would encourage other bands to adopt an animal and just work that community. I mean, you know, I think Italian greyhounds, you know, aren't talked about enough in music.
love Italian greyhounds. Yes, they're awesome. Here is the music video featuring mini horses. It's called We Get This Feeling on NZOWN.
3 horses.
Okay, just 3.
And Paul.